Hi friends, if you were to write a resume and had to list all of your accomplishments, what would you write? Maybe you won an award or you have good people skills. Maybe you're a great musician or are really good with computers. Today I wanted to share a portion of 2 Corinthians chapter 6 with you. And in this letter, Paul and Timothy are writing to the Corinthian church, and they're kind of giving an update on Paul's apostolic ministry. And this is almost like a resume to them. It's a list of accomplishments that validate his authority to them. This is what made all the other believers and the Corinthian church, it's what made them listen to Paul and follow his example. And this is what made Paul truly shine. So we're going to start in verse 4 and read through verse 10. As God's servants, we prove ourselves authentic in every way. For example, we have great endurance in hardships and in persecutions. We don't lose courage in a time of stress and calamity. We've been beaten many times, imprisoned, and found ourselves in the midst of riots. We've endured many troubles, had sleepless nights, and gone hungry. We have proved ourselves by our lifestyles of purity, by our spiritual insights, by our patience, and by showing kindness, by the spirit of holiness, and by our uncritical love for you. We commend ourselves to you by our truthful teachings, by the power of God working through us, and with the mighty weapons of righteousness, a sword in one hand and a shield in the other. Amid honor and dishonor, slander or praise, even when we are treated as deceivers and impostors, we remain steadfast and true. We are unknown nobodies whom everybody knows. We are frequently at death's door, yet here we are, still alive. We have been severely punished, yet not executed. We may suffer, yet in every season we are always found rejoicing. We may be poor, yet we bestow great riches on many. We seem to have nothing, yet in reality we possess all things. What a list! And in our world, and especially on social media, we tend to see people's highlights. We see their achievements list, but many times we don't see the pain that brought about those achievements. We see the Olympic gold medal, but we don't see the hundreds of ice baths that they had to take soaking their sore muscles. I love that Paul gives us the whole picture. And to me, what made him great was his ability to rise above every form of suffering and still rejoice and still give glory to God. You can feel the power and strength coming through in this letter amidst all of the weakness. So I wanted you to feel empowered today, friends, to rise up. This is a hard season. There is suffering, there is sickness, there is death, there is grief and hunger and poverty, and the world feels the lack. But while we seem to have nothing, in reality, we have all things. Christ has overcome. He has given us everything we need. We can rejoice. We can do all things through Christ who gives us strength. And God is using this season to bring glory to his name. Just as Paul was an example to the world because of his ability to rejoice through the suffering, God is using us to bring light to the darkness. He's showing people that a beautiful, full life is still possible in the midst of suffering because that full life comes from him. People are searching for answers. Now is a time when you can share how your faith in Jesus is getting you through the struggle and people will actually listen. You can share those worship songs that are giving you strength. Share those sermons that show people how Jesus is the answer. Rise up and care for your neighbors, for your family, for the people around you. People need you to shine the light of Jesus. Alcohol sales are up, divorce rates are up, domestic violence rates are up. It's time for the church to rise up.